All right, folks, we're skipping past the intro because I want to show off that bracket screen for a little bit, show you what happened in the previous series. And boy, that was a good one. If you missed the announcement earlier, subscriber-only mode is off, so all of you can go back and check out that VOD right frickin' now. It was such a good series, all 5 games, with game 1 especially. But the bar's been set, and it's only downhill from there. In game number 1 of this brand new best of 5. I like the players we've got set up. I love the caster I got joining me for this, so let's get into it. Spawning here at the bottom left, we have the blue Terran, none other than the solo man himself, INnoVation.
He was the last Terran in the Super Tournament in the top right here. This is the Red Zerg Impact.
There's actually some funny banter between these two. Impact being incredibly rude on purpose right off the bat. Like, the way it goes is, hey, INnoVation, you win the coin flip. Pick A or B. And INnoVation picks A right away. And Impact's like, hurry up, please. You're too slow. Then they start speaking to each other in Korean. For those who don't know, these guys actually do have quite a bit of history. INnoVation, Impact, go back. And I just love when you get some friendship dynamics in StarCraft too, because it doesn't show through for a lot of players. But with the Koreans, for some reason, it really does just go that extra mile.
Well, you know, Impact has a friendship with INnoVation. He has some cheeky banter with INnoVation. He probably got him a pretty good dig there, pretty nice burn in that chat. But you know what he doesn't have? A good history of wins against INnoVation. No, well, he doesn't have that either, and he should really work on that. But yeah, he doesn't have a good series record against INnoVation. He doesn't have that many series wins.
But I've cast a lot of those games where you're going to find in the Aligulac. And the problem is, even though there's a lot of series that end up being like 3-1 or 2-0, it's never so clean cut for INnoVation. Impact always puts up a hell of a fight, and granted, nowadays, Impact's beating other Terrans quite well, to note. So I'm not going to pretend like I don't favor INnoVation in this best of 5, but I don't think this is going to be the same Impact versus INnoVation match we've seen before, because Impact lately is looking really good, especially considering his group that he took to get here.
Yeah, very true. Impact and INnoVation actually met each other in the BTSL already in group stages.
It was no, it was Solar Invasion. Yeah,
qualifier.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, you're right. Actually, I totally forgot about that. You are absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah, with INnoVation coming out on top, but Impact, like you mentioned, he has got a very handy ZVT. It's also generally a little weird sometimes. He will be the guy that will occasionally throw out, you know, a proxy hatchery with some Ravages, something like that. He's that kind of Zerg. He's that guy. Well,
Impact's also a guy who's a little bit silently cheeky too, so he's got some style to his play. Regardless of what he plans to do here, I mean, between Alima Leagues and BTSLs and things we've done in the past, like, we've just actually seen many matchups of a lot of these players, and these are always the top-notch guys, and it's most notably Impact and INnoVation, who are there for like every Alima League for like every week for the past 3 years. So I love that we do have a pretty good feel for both. If you've been watching BaseTradeTV for more than 5 minutes, you've seen these guys play before, and you know we're not BSing you when we say they're both great players. INnoVation just known a lot more because he's a lot more spotlight than poor Impact has. Impact wins the VSL, and everyone kind of forgets about it 2 days later.
I don't forget finals that I've cast, and I managed to actually get the VSL cast, so I do remember that. It was a huge moment as well, because everyone was heavily favoring Hero in that final because of how dominant he was in that tournament, and also the fact that his PvZ was his best matchup at that point. He was adepting everyone to death, and then Impact was like, nah, I'm gonna win 3-0. And me and Zeph were just pulling our hair out, not understanding what we just saw.
Well, Hellions are going to get right past those queens. Impact could be in some real trouble with this. I love the drone pull, though. The split, if you just stack them and run away, you get in trouble. But if you stack on top of the corner like this, then INnoVation gets cleaned up. And this still ends up being like 6 workers. Not bad for INnoVation, but this could have been so much worse for Impact, especially with the fact that those Hellions slipped right on by.
Yeah, the trades were actually very marginal there. Like, it was slightly better for INnoVation, but only slightly. Very marginal. He's going across the map with more Hellions and a medevac this time, so it looks like he's got his sights set on the main. Impact's making a good chunk of roaches right now. 7 roaches, 8 roaches, that's quite a few. 10 roaches, all right, this is not defensive.
Or it's really defensive.
Or it's really defensive. He's locking it down. Tighter than a dolphin's anus. Tighter than a snare drum. Is it this defensive?
What? Why though? Oh, why do you know that? Why is that a comparable? Oh my God, Maynard!
It's a saying, dude. Trust me, it's not from experience. I promise.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend it's an Aussieism that I just haven't learned yet. We'll pretend we'll just move on from that.
It's not an Aussieism. Actually, it might be an Aussieism.
No, trust me on this one, Maynard. It's an Aussieism. Okay, wink, like.
All right. Okay. All right. We'll go with that.
These lings did stay up here. The queens are unfortunately without creep, so moving between the main and the natural will be difficult. But he cleans up 2 of the Hellions. Now the Roach is going to hit the wall on the other side of the map. There's Cyclones to meet this, not a tank. So this looks like something Impact should be able to bust through. But can he actually kill INnoVation off this? Because INnoVation's got a Banshee coming up. Cyclones will trade out well before going down, but oh, those 2 Deepos is a harsh supply block to deal with.
It certainly is, but he does still have that Banshee on the way. CC's not finished yet.
I don't think he knows. I mean, this isn't going to kill the CC, but this delays that supply block. That could have been cured. But you know what? Impact actually is a good guy. He helps with the supply block anyways by killing 20 SCVs. What a nice guy.
He's a really nice guy. But Impact actually needs to kill INnoVation because INnoVation still has enough workers to turn this into a game here.
He does kill all the Cyclones though, so there's not going to be a counterattack from this. If anything, the Banshee. But this. This is still pretty good for Impact, I think. Not like, okay, you're droning. He doesn't have any defense. Like, a counterattack would have killed him. But having taken out all the Cyclones... Oh my god. It's so close. It's so bloody close.
So close.
But yeah, if like even 2 of those Cyclones lived and he comes across the map with them, Impact's dead. But that's it. It's a Banshee. There's nothing. Granted, INnoVation still finishes up that CC. It doesn't die. He's still getting the orbital. He can salvage the bunker. He's really not in a terrible spot, but he is behind the workers for the time being, so income will favor Impact here for quite a bit.
Well, his Banshee's gone up in the main here. This is a little annoying for Impact to deal with because multiple Banshees can absolutely chew through a Queen. He doesn't have a whole lot of anti-air countermeasures. Case in point, that Queen right there.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. The lack of creep spread too means this other queen can't get involved with the fight, so they're just picking them off one at a time, where if all 3 of these ladies fought together in unity, I think that this could have gotten much better for Impact. That being said, 6 drones is equalizing the playing field, not exactly murdering Impact. But oh, it's... Whoa! INnoVation's playing mech off of this. Wow.
Interesting. Did the Overlord see that? Yeah, he did.
I'm actually really perplexed by this because like INnoVation's the guy who can't play mech, right? Don't go crazy here, guys. But Impact actually, I feel, has a very much better versus mech than he does versus bio. So this might still churn out well for Impact, all things considered.
I'll take your word on that. I'm not too sure about Impacts versus mech. I haven't seen it in a while.
I do feel like a lot of times the first mech is not Zerg dependent, it's Terran dependent. Like, you don't leave Hellions to watch off Swarm hosts. That's kind of on you, right? Not on the Zerg player.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if Impact even goes down a Swarm host path, I mean, a lot of Zergs will these days, but some Zergs still like to go just the Hydra option with Hive.
Well, does he know it's mech? Okay, he does know it's mech. He saw the factories that we're building, so... double Thors for the drops are really powerful and very annoying to deal with, but Impact's actually got so many units, he should be able to keep this from getting too out of hand. I just realized all bad things in StarCraft comes in 2s. 2 Archon drops, 2 Thor drops, making more than 2 drones.
Lings come out of an egg in a pair.
Yeah, there you go. The Cyclone drop's going to be super annoying, but not nearly as dangerous as Thor's, so got to keep that medevac alive, go back for that later. Impact actually getting a very important scout here with the Overseer. I love this. He dips in deep. He sees exactly what's going on. 5 factories is a scary thing to see.
Yeah, it certainly is. That's a lot of mech production right there. INnoVation also starting to wall off that 3rd base. But Impact can't really go across the map right now. He has to worry about these Thors. He's got a pretty good idea that they're coming. Oh, INnoVation could actually stop. Oh,
time?
No, okay, these
no, he can't.
He could stop time. He could stop all of the tragedies of history. Yeah.
Well, this is interesting. Yeah, like they'll pick off Overlords, right? And maybe even the Spore Crawler. But Impact shouldn't... No, he's not I'm really curious. He hasn't brought enough Roaches, I think. I was watching the minimap, sorry, like he was spending so much sending south, he didn't bring enough north. He'll still push this off because the Queens get involved, and once the medevacs die, the Thors will die. The medevacs, just like a warp prism, they're the power of the attack. And the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Oh, gets a
hits it.
little bit of damage there. Almost, but not quite. And that's all that matters there for INnoVation. Hive is the option here for Impact. Hydras are on the way. No Swarm hosts.
Hive,
like I meant, Hive and Hydra. Some Zergs still do this against mech.
It's an absolute necessity to go for Hive, because whether you're planning to do Broodlords or Ultras or not, you do need Vipers at some point. Blinding Clouds or Abducts, I mean, these are all tools you absolutely need to take on a meching Terran. But INnoVation's actually not slow-played this. I brought up the 5 factories earlier for a reason, and that's because a lot of the times Terran's slowed down by its production. By having a massive army, he's already at 100 supply, over 150 in total. Like, this is something where if he pushes Impact right now, I don't believe can defend this.
Nah, I think that the power of going for like a roach-based army is that you generally have a lot more supply than the Terran. But if you don't, that's really bad for you. This army of INnoVation absolutely crushes Impacts.
Now, Impact's going around the map for a counter. He might be better off bringing this home to try and get a pincer move. That's the great wall of INnoVation.
Wow. I've actually never seen that before. That's new.
That's some dedication to walling off. Oh, God, these Overlords are also in a terrible position. He could get supply blocked off this, even if he runs the army away. He realizes this now, too, so he starts pulling this boat away. He does pick off the Raven. That was a really nice grab, but is that even going to be close to enough? The rest of the army is getting massacred, and now the Siege Tank's set up, too? Yikes.
Aye. The Vipers are desperately trying to get some energy here for Impact. The Siege Tanks are very clumped up, so it won't take many Blinding Clouds to blind all the tanks of INnoVation, and Impact is doing a ton of SCV damage on the other side of the map.
Yeah, some tit for tat, 20 SCVs go down, but those SCVs don't matter if Impact straight up dies back on his side of the field.
It looks like INnoVation's lost their hell bats.
Oh no!
Oh
he got the CC! That should not have happened. That should not have happened.
INnoVation is an incredible player, and he does win game 1, but he can tilt, especially against Zerg, I feel. He complains about TvZ constantly.
Constantly, yeah.
Constantly. So I'm guessing that was just basic. Maybe he didn't even care because he just felt like he had it in the bag. Like, you know, he's like, I won this game anyway. Whatever, kill my CC.
That was still what I love. Like, we are really getting the best out of these players, because even while dying, Impact made that look so doable. Suddenly, the damage buffer isn't so terrifying when you kill a CC, right? Something you normally can't do against Terran at all. But not getting too far ahead of ourselves, it is game 1 in a best of 5, so there's a lot of matches still coming, guys. I love seeing these clips in chat. While I can't watch them live on stream all the time, keep them coming, because I always, at the end of every stream, go back and review our clips. I love seeing this shit. I love seeing the moments you guys choose to clip.
It's the dolphin butthole clip. That's what they're doing.
Good. I've got my at-home dad gamer and Thelma the owl. You've got the dolphin butthole. We can fall down this hole together, my friend.
That's right. You could do all kinds of sayings like a DT and a prism is worth 2 in the bush, stuff like that.
All right, we're getting into game number 2. It's going down on a biogenesis. Sit tight, guys. Thank you for that sub, Dickrix, and we'll see you guys on. That was so bad. Where's the map intro? There we go. All right, folks, we're getting into game number 2 for the best of 5. Spawning here in the upper left side of the map, we've got the blue Terran, INnoVation.
And in the bottom right of Abiogenesis, we have got the Red Zerg Impact from Team Ryung.
Team Ryung. Maybe that's why he's losing these games. Oh!
I wish I had air horns in my...
like an actual air horn?
Desk. Yeah. Actually, no, that would destroy my microphone. I just need the sound file.
Well, I was gonna say, you actually have some fantastic sound stuff sitting around your desk, like those stacks behind you and those racks behind you.
Yeah, I could just do like a lead guitar lick, like a something like that every time I make a joke.
Well, first off, that would actually be so sick. But FastV's YouTube editor, TvZ, who's friend and fan of the channel, he was actually commenting on that. He's like, I don't know who that guy you were casting with was, but he's got some sick equipment behind him.
Yeah, buddy, it's just leftovers from my old life, man.
Do you still play like often or at all? I don't actually know.
I actually am putting aside a little bit of time to write a new album. I'm actually going to start writing some music soon.
Yo, I would watch you stream that TBH. I love watching music streamers. Yeah. I watch more creative music streamers than I do anything else.
I actually was planning to do that, but I'd like to stream like the last 50% of the recording process instead of the first. Because I feel like it's really boring to go straight from scratch and write something together. Because there's a lot of repetition and a lot of like, I don't like that, I don't like that. But when something's half done and you have like a bass line or a drum beat and like most of a song and then you finish it, that's fun to watch, I feel. So maybe I'll do that.
Also, thank you, chat, for letting me know. I just realized when our audio hiccup happened earlier, it completely reset the audio settings, but I didn't pick up on that. So for those who think Maynard's a little bit loud, I've tuned him down a bit. I apologize, but at the same time, let's be real. Is there any downside to Maynard being loud? Probably not. This guy brings the hype.
There'd be some headphone
and the buttholes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm childish.
I googled it, guys. Google it. It is a saying. It's meant to be because it's watertight, right? It's
see,
the duck's asshole is another one.
That makes a little more sense when we spin some context on it. But as someone who's not familiar with the buoyancy or the tightness of water regarding a dolphin, like,
and honestly, like, when is context fun? No one wants context.
Well, certainly not StarCraft Reddit, am I right? This is where we need the guitar. Wild Stallions!
It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm playing guitar, so you know. All right.
You see they're making a new Bill and Ted, by the way?
I did, and I just don't really like remakes or like not remakes, but like bringing back old series. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be really bad.
I think that's the beauty of it, though. It is Bill and Ted. It is one of the few franchises that can be bad.
And to be fair, they could probably still have Keanu Reeves reprise his role because he looks exactly the same as he did in the 80s.
No, they are. They got both of them coming back. Actually, so I bring this up because I was watching Graham Norton where they were doing an interview, and they got Keanu Reeves to give like the excellent, and he like died of embarrassment the second he did it. It was so good.
Whoa.
I'm looking forward to it. In fact, at Kamikaze and Overlord in to get a bit of scouting, but I don't think he's even going to get deep enough to see that tech lab. No, so he doesn't get confirmed.
He sees a factory with a reactor on it. He's like, well, I've seen one of those before. I've played ZVT once or twice. The real meat and potatoes is the lack of scouting this armory, lack of scouting this starport with the cloak. There's going to be a Hellbat push here.
I mean, the Banshee with cloak or not is not nearly as big of a deal. Obviously, if you get a spore card down, great. But he's moving to a layer so he can make overseers in a worst-case situation. The problem he's going to need to deal with those Hellbats, and while Roaches can certainly dogfight him one-on-one, the Banshees combined with this, if those Hellbats kill the Queens, then the Banshees will reign supreme.
Oh, these Lings are catching these Hellions to the outside. They do roasty toast them down, though. And now they can turn into Hellbats and engage the Queens and these 3 Roaches directly. Impact's made a lot of Roaches, though. Oh, the Queens. He has a transfuse on this one.
I like that he actually transforms to try and get out of there. He did go a little bit deep. So 4 Hellions living is actually pretty substantial. That's a scary run by for later on. Whenever
I see, like, Hellions or Hellbats just morphing in the middle of a fight with them dying as they're changing, I just keep thinking, Autobots, move out. I just you
gotta get the real Optimus Prime voice going too, right? But this is all things considered not devastating for INnoVation, but this is not the attack he wanted. However, he's bulked up. He's got 1 and a second Banshee coming out, a couple Cyclones paired up with this. This is still a scary situation here, but the Overseer is in the greatest spot it could be. The Queens get half the health of that Banshee before the fight even begins.
Yes, indeed. Banshee taking a big knock there. INnoVation is smartly following this up with some Cyclones, though, because he knows that Hellbats aren't super great against Roaches. You get a few Cyclones in there with +1. Well, then you're talking turkey. Then you can deal with the Roaches a little bit there. He's also transitioning into proper mech, getting those extra factories down, tech labs down. By proper mech, I mean like Hellion siege tank. Just mass Cyclones, like a little memey to me. So, the battle mech of Fumiko is what I'm trying to refer to here.
I'm just not a fan of Cyclones past the point in the game. I know that there's some merit to the late game. Like, you can run around an army, they got speed, so they can snipe hatcheries, right? But just in general, this was a build that, you know, DeMuslim undeservingly won a lot of games in the beta with, but since then, I haven't seen much success at all.
You know, and speaking of Gumiho and Cyclones, I was watching Gumiho play in GSL Super Tournament, and he was like making Cyclones in the late game, and I'm like, why? It didn't make sense. Hellbats are deflecting the roaches for now. They are getting a little low though, and he's kiting.
Well, it's a good thing because this is buying time for the tanks. There's a wall here set up, so the Banshee kills a couple more, the tank shaves off the rest. And INnoVation will probably bleed a little bit for this, but it shouldn't be anything too game ending from it. Oh, that's a lot of SCVs though. Oh, this is good for impact.
Yeah, it certainly is. Getting what he can done with his roaches before the Banshee and the Cyclones together take them out. In fact, picking up both the Cyclones before the roaches get pulled back. Man,
some nice micro though.
There was. I feel like Impact did a really good job with this army. He's up 20 workers.
Yep. And
he's got a hive
base
on the way. Yeah, he's in a good spot.
I'm a little worried about this tech, though. I don't really love that he put all of his tech in his third, because I do feel like this is pretty exposed. But unlike against bio players, you're not really worried about drops, I suppose. Because if the mech player is breaking you on your front line, you're probably dead anyways. But still, I'm thinking, like, why are there not siege tanks here, here, and here, obliterating an infestation pit, roach warren, and Hydra dead?
Right? Oh my god, yeah, that's such a great spot for siege tanks if you push from the north as a Terran. In fact, I think he's got a scouting barracks here floating towards that. If he sees that, that'd be pretty sick. No,
also, quick update to something that's kind of going on behind us, guys. Every time we've ever done a group, it usually goes losers match, then winners match, then finals. But Hero may actually have to leave earlier due to some real-life unexpected complications, so we may do the winners match next. I'm going to confirm with the other players if it's okay, because it is super abnormal. But
oh, nice Banshee.
Just a slight update to the match orders while I'm bringing it up here. This is getting a good payback, a good amount of payback actually for those SCVs from earlier though. 9 drones. Feels avenged, man.
Yeah, definitely worth it for that Banshee to go down there after killing 9. Barracks gets deflected here by the Army of Impact. Already we got Vipers on the way. Once again, Impact opting for upgraded Hydras and Vipers instead of the Swarm Host option.
I don't think Swarm Hosts are actually the go-to like they once were, but given certain situations, if you make them really early, they are so goddamn cost-effective. But Hydras have the damage, they bring the power, and if the Blinding Cloud keeps them from getting shot, more power to them. But this is a lot of tanks. This is the Great Wall of INnoVation coming up once again.
The weakness of going for Hydra Viper is if a Terran's very good at spreading out his tanks and he has a huge tank count, it's hard to trade well against them without the Swarm Host Locusts.
And these Hellions get by!
Doesn't have to leave these Hellions on the tanks either.
Oh, thank God for the high ground Hydras, actually. That actually just saved about 5 or 6 drones. Honestly, that was a bit of coincidence for positioning, but so good for impact.
I still am so worried about all these tech being here that even the hatchery is quite low still.
I know, it's driving me nuts. I hate this. I hate looking at this. I'm not even a Zerg player and I'm cringing at this, but if he doesn't get killed, then it doesn't matter, right? Also, very strange expansions. Normally we see somebody take the bottom left base pretty quick. Impact's actually taking the top middle base.
Huh. There's Hellions coming in here. They don't have Blue Flame just yet.
They're going too soon though. And
damage done.
This is something I'm getting a little bit worried about for Impact, though, because these Hellions are slipping by. You know, despite Overlords here, he's not in position to deal with them. And right now, yeah, it's been pretty lackluster as far as the attack because Blue Flame's not done, but now it is, and it's now going to take like 2 hits instead of 4, or 3, excuse me. So these drones will all die much, much faster.
I was about to say,
he saw the stacked up. He saw the stacked up drones. He goes for it. Oh, it's a risk, but he almost got it.
Now, I was going to say, he's doing it right now, but it really feels like it's worth it for Impact to start dropping Spine Crawlers at his bases now. Yes, it's 100 minerals a Spine Crawler. Yes, it's a drone. You've already lost drones. You don't want to be spending more on structures, but it'll mitigate the damage from these Hellions, which INnoVation is 100% going to keep doing all game long, just sending in Blue Flame Hellions.
It's super awkward. He just moved all these tanks out of their really good position. He doesn't have time to spread them, so these blinding clouds are going to be great. Parasitic Bomb totally worthless here. But the Vipers have no problem getting those blinding clouds off. However, they're starting to wear off an Impact. He didn't move past the tanks. He moves into more of them. Oh, this is not good on the right side, but so good on the left side. Gets into the natural base. He's going to give away this.
Armoring and all the production is here. Impact is going for the throat here, trying to rip the spine out of INnoVation, not having to worry about the rest of the body, which is all on the outside. And he is on top of these factories. His Hydra is doing so much damage.
Yeah, he's not even going for the tech labs. GG Impact. What a break. Oh, ties it up 1-1. Fantastic.
Man, INnoVation just moved right and he went left. He zigged when INnoVation zagged. And got that opening, man. Nicely played and great attack there from Impact. One apiece. Feels good, man.
Well, guys, we're going to take a quick break here because we would normally take a commercial break anyways, but I'm going to use this time to try and confirm if the players are all right swapping for hero. So sit tight, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. All right, folks, we're hopping into game number 3. If you're just tuning in, things are tied up 1-1, and oopsie poops. Spawning on the top left, and STV has escaped the base for this gentleman. It's the blue Terran INnoVation.
And in the bottom right, he's about to feel the impact of a proxy from INnoVation. And we did mention at the beginning of this entire broadcast, I'm like, INnoVation is Mr. Standard, but he does occasionally, well, he digs into his pockets and he finds a shredded up piece of cheese. And he's like, you know, I still have some of this left over.
The thing is that, like, between Maru and like Gumiho, this slowly does start to become standard though. You can do these barracks openings because they come without gas and without Reapers. This is actually something, it's kind of akin to the Zerg 12 pool, right? It can do damage, it can win a game, but it can also let you just get ahead. So I don't know.
Impact's gonna scout this with the Overlord, by the way.
Oh, he should. It's just slow moving. Yo, thank you, by the way, for the $3. Denmark is the best. And Chicken Man hosted us with 29 viewers. Thank you, Chicken Man, for that, too. But, oh my god. Okay, for a second there, I'm watching the vision. I'm like, is it really not going to see it? But it does. And now he knows what's up. The thing is, though, INnoVation has built this back, and the build order out of Impact is really punishing him. He went hatch, gas, pool, right? So that pool is so far from being done. Zerglings will be out really late. It shouldn't be a problem to build a bunker back here safely. And there we go, a closer one to the hatchery afterwards. But the drones are pulled. And this is already, this alone does damage to Impact.
It does. But if you can hold this, then Impact can turn this into a game.
The positioning is so sick for this.
It is.
Normally you just pick out the SCV, but you can't. Oh my god, he's actually going for the bunker. The bunker has to get canceled, but that's okay because the SCV lives. This, oh my god, no way. This is so bad for Impact. Pulling the drones is meant to shut down the building. It kills the Marines that are advancing forward, right? Like, oh boy, this is gonna be tough. Spine crawlers are coming down now, but in range of the bunker, he has to stop this bunker.
Oh, the Overlord's going down as well.
Oh my god, that's a huge pickoff.
It is. It's massive.
And the Marines get inside the bunker too. One SCV goes down. Can Impact stop the other?
Impact needs the spine crawlers like he needs oxygen. They are so important.
He's so close to finishing that bunker. No way!
Oh.
Okay. This is really good for Impact. But he's still taking a lot of damage from this. I mean, the fact that he was forced to build 2 spines, that's 300 minerals out the window. This Queens you're missing. He's lost 7 drones with it. INnoVation, on the other hand, yo, he just builds an expansion. Who cares? He's still on 18 workers back at home, plus mules. So as long as these Marines don't let a bunch of Zerglings slip past them, INnoVation is in a great spot.
INnoVation is just like, you think you won this game with them spine crawls, motherfucker? Shit. I got the CC back at home.
Yeah, he's got grills in his teeth, sunglasses on. INnoVation's hella gangster.
That's right, diamond grills.
Smuggling spaghetti and diapers? What have I missed in Twitch chat? What?
I beg your pardon? What?
I glanced over to Twitch chat for a second. This is GG. I glanced over to Twitch chat for like 1 second, and that's the line I read.
Okay. We were talking about context, right? Like, we don't want context. Let's just let that comment sit by itself.
Yeah, I don't want context. Knees weak, palms are sweaty, mom's smuggled spaghetti. We're going to Backwater for game 4. Let's just hop into this and try and move on. Today's a day of weird topics and conversation. So that happened last night too. You know, I was actually featuring some really sick games. We had like a 30-minute game of Print F and like Yuko, 2 players. A lot of you don't know, but it was the most disgusting and it was an awesome game. And the whole time people just wanted to know why I don't like hot liquids and don't listen to music. I'm like, StarCraft fans, please, priorities. Like, we got really great stuff going on in front of us. And here we're talking about spaghetti. So, I guess that's something that needs clarification, because I say that and it could be taken the wrong way. I enjoy songs and I like music, but I don't like listen to music in my spare time. Like, I don't go for a walk and like put in some earbuds and jam it to some tunes or anything. But like when I play games, I'm the worst. I just mute everything. I don't know. Don't do this to me, Maynard. Don't put me in the spot like this, boy.
I'm not gonna say that's super weird and strange and uncommon.
I'm not gonna not say I agree. But all right, it's backwater. There's no intro for this one. Let's just hop into it. While we do hop into the game, though, guys, you've been pretty good with doing these links on your own, so we haven't had to mention it much. But while we do love Ting and BTTV.Ting, all that good stuff, we have some other really awesome sponsors for the tournament, and we have some cool giveaway-related things to talk about too. Not happening necessarily all today or this week, but happening in the near future. So we'll get into that in just a moment. This is spotting here at the top left, the blue Terran leaving his base again quite early. It is INnoVation.
And in the bottom right, once again, he's going to be feeling the impact of a proxy here from INnoVation. I mean, INnoVation's kind of looks like he's just done playing TvZ today. I don't know, man. You get such an easy win off of impact like that. You got to feel confident enough to do it again, right? There are some players that are a man of the people. You know, some Terrans I can think of, like 4GG, funny games for the fans, etc. MMA, of course, likes to put on a good show. Yun loves putting on a good show. All these micro-intensive Terrans. INnoVation doesn't give a shit, man. He wants to win StarCraft games.
Yo, this building in the water is creating some weird ripple effects. This looks this is actually bothering me. This is like those old school like 60s hypno glasses.
Yeah.
But hey, we had $3 come in.
Down to the glory of the proxy racks, the hypno racks.
Don't chase me, bro. That old dead meme. But we had a donation come in, $3 from DreamHack, or excuse me, Denmark greater than Australia. Denmark is better than Australia, Bronard, Maynard, Beanie Hipster.
Did he call me a beanie hipster? What?
He did. He called you a beanie hipster. Quebec
beanie hipster?
Quebec also snakes our first spot in the donation charts. Thank you for the 500 bits. Enjoy your gold badge while it lasts, because it probably won't last too long. And at this rate, maybe impact won't either. But the drones are pulled, and this time surface area is not going to be so ridiculous. I mean, INnoVation's position on that last map was actually almost unfair. That's how good it was. This time around, he's having a much easier time.
Less drones than he did last time. And I feel like he needs to take this a little bit more seriously than this.
I think the problem is, like, he pulls less hoping to mine more, but that's not necessarily the way this works. Like, you lose 5 drones to stop both bunkers from going down, and you've, like, essentially won the game. So perhaps an underreaction. Either way, queens are coming out. Got some lings on the way. And that bunker does complete. He's trying to get another one done for the creep spreads. That's going to put this in range of the hatchery. This is a big problem for Impact.
I think Impact didn't take this as seriously as he should have with the drone pull. Now he's pulling the boys. Here we go. Some lings. He's going to try and pick a fight here, but I mean, INnoVation has this bunker to pull back to now.
Yeah. Ling's going for this round, though. If they keep units out of the bunker, that's all that matters. He doesn't get to the bunker. The surround is looking pretty good. He's just got to body block a little more. The Marines do get in, though, and 4 Marines to that bunker. Ouch. Queen can also focus down this SCV. Needs to focus down that SCV. If this bunker finishes, this is Trouble Town.
Yeah, getting that SCV was critical there for Impact. Brings down the other queen from the main as well. So now there's 2 queens to fight down here in the low ground. Impact still, if he can hold on, he can turn this into a game. He's making 14 lings here, but speed is only halfway done. So they're a little bit tough to bust a bunker with.
I don't know if he'll need to bust the bunker. He might be better off just running past the bunker. The queens can certainly hold against a small amount of Marines, and if these Zerglings go across the map, I mean, I guess there's going to be a wall up. It won't be game ending, but he can at least stop the natural base. Impact's on a better drone count too. He didn't lose, like I mentioned before, he didn't pull as many, so he had more mining, so his income wasn't as behind. Like, all things considered, this isn't too bad for Impact. It's still not great, but it's not nearly as bad as last game.
All right, here we go. He's going to try and go for the bunker. At least it looks like he wants to surround the Marines here. Gets that surround the bunker. Of course, a lot of lanes go down, and that's yeah.
Is that a second game 5, Maynard? Are we getting 2 game 5s right off the bat? Fuck
yeah.
yes.
Yes.
All right. That's going to send us to, what is the final map here? I got to scroll all the way up. These guys spam so much. Catalyst. All right. Let's get into it. We had Zilky coming with 500 bits, by the way, calling you out. We need more Maynard puns. Also, stinky cheese and alcohol, because why not? Thanks for giving some amazing late night casts and entertaining content. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're feeling good enough to cheer, know that we love you even more, because Maynard and I both get some of the bits. But,
tell you what, chat. I got a deal for chat right now. It's really, really not that expensive. 1,000 bits, and I will go get my bottle of whiskey, and I will drink it at a pace that is unhealthy. But as a promise from me to you. I'm kind of feeling it. I'm kind of feeling it, but I need an excuse.
No, he won't, because that would totally be against Twitch terms of service, but drinking it healthy would be fine and not get us in trouble.
Okay, let me clarify. Unhealthy pace for you, not unhealthy for me. I'll be just fine.
There you go. I hope. All right, we're in the lobby. It's game number 5. Players are spamming ready like nuts, so let's just get into it. This could determine who fights Gumiho and who fights Hero. We haven't actually been close enough to talk about that, but we will once we get into the game. See you on Catalyst. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in. Oh, we're in the Bits City is what we're in. We'll get all these shout-outs in a second, but to quickly introduce the players for the 5th and final game. In the bottom right, it is none other than the yellow Zerg Impact.
And the top left, who I'm very pleased to see not building barracks outside of his main for Game 5. This is INnoVation.
I shouldn't feed the fire, but Yoga Gear, you're looking for the Thelma the Owl clip. Kill me. But yo, we did have several bits come in, so big thank you. Still coming in. I told you that number one spot would go quick.
It's paid for. I mean, thank you, but it's paid for. Come on now.
Well, Blackspade Camo cheers 1,000 bits. Let's do it. Quebec comes in with another 1,000 bits with a Shamrock on top of it. Death Bunny XX throws in 1,000 bits. Go get the bottle. Man, I think you don't have time. I think you gotta get the bottle. Zilky cheers 1,500 bits. Yes, bottle time. And then last but not least, just now with that silky smooth sound, we got Denmark is the best with a $13.37. Huh, that 1337. I've seen that combination on the internet before. I'm not. I have. Thank you. Maynard looks like a male version of Kerrigan. Also, here's a big donation for that whiskey there, bruh.
Kerrigan gonna get nothing on me, man. My Carapace actually has more armor upgrades than Kerrigan. But I mean, if you want to, I know you've been solo casting a lot, and maybe the word solo casting triggers you right now because of the amount that you've been doing lately. So feel free to say, yeah, there it is. There it is. I can go get the bottle right now if you want to solo cast the next like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Let's go to the next room.
Go for it, dude.
Right,
on the topic of Maynard's looks, by the way, guys, it's very much Kerrigan in the streets, bailing in the sheets. If you haven't seen my amazing Photoshop job, you should definitely check it out sometime. But I saw him with a cheeky smile. He heard what I said on his way out. So he'll be back in a moment. But Impact has gone for a quick Roach Warren here. The question is how he plans to use this Roach Warren. Defensively, all right, not a problem. Offensively, I'm not such a big fan. One of the big things he's been struggling with, of course, INnoVation when he's not proxying barracks has been playing mech. Hellion run-bys are no fun to deal with. And INnoVation, no way, how? No way. This Reaper hasn't seen enough to know, but INnoVation, like, this is where we're like, guys, does INnoVation actually map hack? But with the sickest game sense, and perhaps this is one of those things where he builds this and cancels it because he doesn't think he needs it, but this is an absolutely necessary bunker. Impact hasn't been scouted yet. The roaches haven't been revealed. I mean, INnoVation only barely dips in, doesn't even see the hatchery. There's really no way for him to know this, so he cancels the bunker thinking, oh, I'm not going to need this. It's not roaches. But surprise, surprise, it's actually roaches.
Roaches. They're on the way.
How did Inno know? Guys, INnoVation didn't. Like, that bunker he was blindly putting down for just in case, and the Reaper timing, like, Impact had pulled the Roach back. If that Roach had revealed itself, he would have let that bunker finish, but he cancels it, and that was a mistake. Luckily, it's not going to be too expensive, though, because he knows what's going on now, and he starts pulling back to the main. Welcome back, Maynard.
Thank you. Multiple Overlords here with Impact, so you can get that high ground shelling away with those Corrosive Biles, which is going to be morphing in Ravages very, very shortly here. Just the one to start things off with, but he's going to want more than that.
Overlords are going to be really important for high ground vision. I just don't know that this will break, but at the same time, INnoVation, he started building extra depots ahead of time. I love this because he knows that these depots will go down the Corrosive Biles, but he didn't put a bunker down. And I guess he's really, really relying on these Cyclones to carry him through. I just don't know that they will. Impact pouncing on top of this, finds the depots down. He's got the surround. He holds the Cyclones good place. The Corrosive Biles land, and Impact might just break this. GG! What?
Dude!
What?
That surround was so sick! And the Biles were perfect. Exactly 2 Biles is what he needed to kill those Cyclones. And they were stacked right on top of each other. That was so perfect from Impact. Oh, dude, my God.
I mean, you had stepped away, so you barely missed this, but INnoVation had almost put down a blind counter to this, and then walked away from it. Like, I don't even... Yeah, cheers. I can't even believe that just happened. That went from being, like, the perfect defense to the worst loss INnoVation could suffer. That's a big yikes from me, dog. That being said,
that was actually amazing.
That was. And Impact takes it 3-2. So he'll move on to the winner's match to play against Hero. And as mentioned, we did have to swap up the order of things, and the players seem to be okay with it, guys. So normally we would be doing Gumiho versus INnoVation, which, by the way, I love is happening. But instead, it will be Impact versus Hero, and then Gumiho versus INnoVation. Now, this also gets a little bit spicier. We're going to take a break in a sec. We'll get this set up. This gets a little bit spicier, though, because of the way the groups had led into this. And if you guys don't know, Impact and Hero had both come from the same group. They both played each other already to actually get here. Same with INnoVation and Gumiho. So this is actually total rematch now. Winner's match is a rematch of Group 1, and the loser's match is a rematch of Group 2. This is pretty spicy and pretty dicey, and I like it. We also got another $3 donation from Denmark is best. I bet Maynard Tardnard drinks whiskey like a girl. Beanie hipster, dude, this guy is just full on bully. What did you do to him? Yeah,
he called me Tardnard and called me a beanie hipster again. That's actually getting mean.
Did you kill him in like a past life or something? This is some straight up. Yo, Denmark is the best at bullying. Apparently, that's not cool, dude.
Denmark is the bulliest at the moment. That's all he's confirming right now. The best at being a jerk. That's for sure.
All right, guys, talking with the players, we're going to get these vetoes going. Hero versus Impact. The player who... This is so cool. I'm so happy. Because the player who wins this best of 5 will be in the playoffs, meaning they will fight one of the other players from the Asia Open half of the bracket, which has another phenomenal set of players, stats amongst Party and others. But the playoffs, which will be, I think we're going to have to reschedule. We have put it at the end of the month. We might make it next week instead. I'll confirm with the players once we're done with the groups. But this will determine which 2 players not only get a huge chunk of prize money for the online play, but also the $1,000 to come travel to Canada, to come to the finals, and you guys who are attending might have a chance to meet them. So... I'm personally rooting for Hero to get through this whole damn thing. I've really wanted to meet Hero for a long time, and for whatever reason, I've just not synced up at events with him. So I'm super excited and hopeful that we'll see him do well. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we are going to play some commercials. If you guys want to check out our various sponsors during the break, I know I'd appreciate it, but I said I'd talk about some giveaways, so let's talk about what's happening. Before the end of the stream is done today, I will be giving out one of the BTSL t-shirts, the lousy BTSL t-shirts. That'll be going away to chat. You won't have to be a subscriber. Anybody will be eligible to win. However, we are actually doing so well with Ting. I've talked to Jesse about this, that he said he's willing to do a phone giveaway. Like, we only needed to get like 10 people signed up with Ting to make this worthwhile, and we're at like a little bit more than that. So before the BTSL season's done, we might actually have a phone to give away, and not some like crappy like old model phone, like some brand new phone type thing. So that'll be really cool coming up. We've also spoken with Yord. I haven't shown them off for a while, so quick big love to our Woodwatch brothers from another mother, giving us these awesome fancy looking watches. We're gonna have some coupon codes to give away over the next couple weeks too, so anywhere from like $50 to $100 off of buying one of these watches. That's gonna be really cool once we get to that. So We're in the groups. We're in giveaway stage. Make sure you don't miss out on any of the broadcasts. Otherwise, you will miss out on some of these awesome chances to win some really cool stuff. But does that BTSL t-shirt giveaway go to the best nuke drop? Sadly, Seatsuma, if it did, you still wouldn't qualify. But, all right. We're going to go to commercials. As I said, here's a small video from one of our sponsors, and we'll see you guys soon.